Good afternoon, everybody. So we got some new artwork to rig today. I've imported it in. Let's go take a peek at it. It's Mercy from Overwatch, so it's gonna be exciting. I think I've never rigged wings before, so I've got a few ideas of how we can try them. The other thing that's different about her than normal is that the arms are in front. So I think we're gonna be wanting to make her use Motion Library later, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Yeah, so let's just get rigging. So first thing I'm going to do is rename my behaviors. So we'll go to the parent layer, face. I'm going to rename to torso, and I might as well set my levels while I'm in there. Oops. I'm gonna add, I'll add a dragger, or rename my dragger to right hand. I'm gonna add a dragger and call it left hand. I'm gonna add another dragger and call it right leg. One more dragger and call it left. Oops, left. Come on, spell it right. Left leg. And one last dragger. I'm going to call up, down. All right, so we can start rigging. So front I want tagged as front and also as a head. This head, I'm going to tag it and make it draggable. Head, which is down here, I want tagged as head, and I'm going to add face behavior to that and attach it where I want it to pivot. Let's attach our left arm. Oops. Let's zoom in so we can see what we're doing. And she doesn't have a hand swap set or anything. Potentially we're going to want to add it later. And I'm going to tag on the shoulder and the hips on the body layer today. For the dragger tool, and I'm going to make this one draggable, and I'm going to also add motion lines. Let's actually go in and add our behaviors before we forget. So auto blink, lim IK, and motion lines. I'll put in my sticks, S for the stick tool. Let's do our right arm, V for the arrow tool, draggable, and add motion lines. Don't forget the sticks. Let's do the legs. And I'll do the legs as one piece. I'm thinking you could, if you wanted, hook them up the same way as you do the forearms. So if you'd make the calf and the feet in their own groups. But this has been working really good recently, so I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to make her heel, oops, I forgot to tag that as the toe. I'm going to make her right heel draggable and add motion lines to that. I notice she has an extra set of side feet, so when we're making our swap sets, we'll have to remember to make a feet swap set. So the left heel is draggable. Motion lines, let's add our sticks. Okay, so her skirt, I'm gonna want to make independent. Let's attach that where we want it to pivot, and I'm gonna put a dangle on it, D for dangle tool, and then I'm gonna do the same for the back skirt. Oh, the back skirt looks like there might be something hidden in the artwork. I'll go back and fix that later, but I'm thinking there must be an invisible or a tiny little piece way out here. See how wide that skirt is? It might affect how nice it dangles, so if it does, we'll go back in and check that. Okay, so the right wing and the left wing, I'm kind of under debate, so I'm gonna want them both independent because I think we're gonna want them to be able to move. And I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll work, but I'm thinking, what if I rig it up like an arm? Would that make it bend and open like an arm? That's kind of what I'm hoping. I've never tried having two arms, or like two right arms, two left arms on a puppet, so we'll see. So let's put the sticks in how we want it to move. And then the wings have movable parts in them. So that's the wing base. And it looks like these are the feathers. So Mercy's wings, I think, are actually light, so I don't know if they dangle or not, but we might be able to get some nice dangle effects on there. So I might just try it on one wing. So let's make that independent and dangle. And then I think we're going to want to also change the physics to make the gravity stick out to the side so that these hang straight out. And then I think if we want it to behave like an arm, we're going to want to add limb IK just two arms. I think that'll work. And then this one, maybe I'll rig up a little differently. Yeah, let's try it like that. I was just, sorry for the long silence. I was just thinking I've added two draggables, so I'm going to want to add those in and rename them. So let's call this right wing, and I'm going to add another dragger and call it left wing. Okay, so back on left wing. And her wings are kind of solid, so I don't think I'm going to put any dangles. It'll be interesting to see anyway how they move. Okay, so let's go into the head. I don't know if I'm going to put parallax and everything on it right away, but let's just make sure. Oh, I wonder why the eyebrow is way up there. Let's go check out the artwork. That looks better. Paint. Pupil tagged. Oops. Let's put the nose centered on the nose. Okay, and on this head behavior, I'm going to do head position strength 0. And then normally I go parallax 200. I guess we could try it and see how it looks. What else is in here? The mouth group. Okay, that all looks good. Face base. Let's make independent. And make her face mobile. See, we can make her bangs dangle a bit. Ear will make independent, take it as a head, and add face behavior to that. And it's behind the head, so minus 150, 0, and 0. And let's make sure that's attached to the head. I think we're ready to pull her in. Let's pull her in and see if she floats. Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm like, I know I've forgotten something. On the body level, we've got to tag the shoulders and the hips. And if we were going to do motion library, potentially we would want to add a waist tag, but we'll just start off with this how it is. I've also tagged head as neck in case we wanted to walk or use motion library later. Okay, now I think we're ready to pull her in. Okay, let's go to transform and shrink her. Oh, I think, oh, we forgot to do the swap sets for her feet. That looks terrible. We're gonna have to move the feet tags. Okay, so that was right leg, foot. We'll just create swap set. And left leg. Let's rename these. Okay, and then those were positioned terribly, so let's try that. Okay, so one leg is better. Front-facing feet are a little trickier to rig. There we go. And we'll calibrate. She moves nicely. Oh, Look. Okay, so I'm curious. It works how I hoped. Well, that is cool. I think I'm going to take the dangles off there though, because yeah, it moves. That one's not bad, but this one moves way better. Way better. That is what I was hoping would happen. Here, let's change the background so we can see her a bit better. I noticed they had Overwatch orange. And let's zoom in just a little bit. Oops. But yeah, that's how I was hoping they would work. But I think I'll have to take off Independence and the dangles and have them stiff like this one. This one's not bad. Like for the open wing, you could have two sets of, I don't know if you can rig them differently, but this was what I was really hoping would happen. So actually, let's just go in and take off those dangles and rig the other wing like an arm. So we'll go back into right wing. Let's just remove the dangles. And then I will turn off Independence. Let's see how that works. I wonder if there's a way to get these to move together. Let's move the origin points to the pivot point. That might help. Still get a bit of deforming, but I'm very happy with that. There's a bit of stretching too, so you'd have to be a little careful, but I'm really pleased with how that turned out. Yeah, so let's take a look at her. Let's see how her mouth is working actually. Wonderful job. The artist is actually my sister, and she knows how much I love this character. So we'd want to, there's a few things I can see. If we're going to have parallax up this high, we'd want to attach the bangs to the nose group. And I'm noticing the halo should be in front of the hair as well, so let's fix that. There, and then I think back hair we're gonna want behind like that. Okay, and then let's go in and attach the bangs to the nose group. So this, what we're gonna have to do is create a group called plus nose. I'm gonna rename plus nose base, put it in there, and I'm gonna add bangs. And then I'm gonna move that to make sure it's in front of everything else. So now when we go in, let's go back to the rigging. And let's find nose. We'll center nose on the nose and make these bangs independent. Oh, I'm gonna have to have something for them to stick to. So we'll just make a copy. Or actually, no, let's just make a little. I'm not very good at Photoshop. Let's just make a little something something. So we'll add a layer. And just call it hair base and sneak it in behind. Oh, let's move that over a bit so that you can't see it. There we go. And now the bangs should have something to attach to. Oh, I see there's a second set of bangs. Let's adjust our physics so that they dangle a bit nicer. Oh, that adjusted the skirt too much, so let's actually put physics. Yeah, there's two skirts, so let's put physics on bangs. And that way we can adjust that slider separately. Physics bangs. Oh, that computer fan is so loud. There. I don't think we'll want to attach the halo, but we might want to put parallax on the back hair. So I'm going to attach that to the head, and I'm going to set it up like an ear. So I'm going to add face behavior to it, tag it as a head, and down in the slider I'll go -150, 0, 0, and we'll probably have to adjust that when we get in here. Yeah, it's moving quite a lot. Face back hair, we'll just turn that slider down. I think I'll suggest making the eyeballs a little bit smaller too, so her eyes don't slide out of her head, but she looks great. Let's take a full look at her. So the up down works good, the skirt moves beautifully. The arms are separate from the wings. The wings are set up. Oh yeah, we were going to go in and set up that like an arm. Let's do that. So to set it up like an arm, we'll go in and put, let's find it first. So we'll just tag it up like the wrist and the elbow. I'm going to take draggable off that one. So this one I'm going to tag as the elbow. This one I'm going to tag as the wrist. And that's the one I'll make draggable. And I'll put motion lines on there as well. So if she moves her wings. Oh, maybe you don't need limb IK on it to have a second arm. This one has limb IK. You know, we might get nicer movement in the feathers if we attach these feathers to this piece and these feathers to this piece. So this we had to move our pivot points. I think she looks great. Oh yeah, you know what? There was also dangles in the skirt. Let's see what we can do with those. So they already move with the leg. These little parts are separate. Let's see if we want dangles on those. So that's left leg. That's the skirt. And then what I'm going to do is attach physics to that one as well. But I'm going to go into the slider and I'm going to change the gravity to stick out a little bit. I just don't know how it'll move when her leg goes really far out, but let's take a peek at that. Yeah, we wouldn't want the gravity that far out. So let's find physics new skirt. I wonder why that one isn't moving. I think maybe because it's not attached to a part that moves very much. Let's put it down there. I'm pretty happy with that actually. Adds a little extra movement to her. So yeah, that's Mercy from Overwatch. Guess we should put the dangles on the other leg as well. So let's do it the same way. So right leg, new skirt. Let's be sure to adjust the right one. I think that's armor, so I don't know if they move correctly. I don't know if I like it, actually, now that I see it. I wonder if we can... reduce swing when stiffness is lower. Yeah, we could mess around with that. I will talk to the person whose artwork this is and see what they think, but I love her. This is one of my favorite characters in one of my favorite games. I think if we're gonna add motion library to her, we'd have to untag the wings though. Should we add motion library to her and just see how she goes? Let's save this. Let's export this puppet. We'll save it as Mercy01 motion library. And import it. Okay, let's go to that puppet. So first thing I think we'll want to do is add body behavior, add motion library. Let's go to the body layer and add a waist tag. Then we're going to want to go to wing. I'm just going to unhook one wing by taking off the wrist and elbow tags, and I'll leave the other one. I'm curious to see how it looks. Yeah, and we don't have to remove all the dragger behaviors because we're not going to try and use them, but I know they interfere with each other. So I think like you can have motion library and not track this hand and leave the dragger on that hand, so we don't have to take it off just to see how it works. So the other thing I want to do, frontal, I want to take off head behavior, and head I want to make not independent anymore. All right, let's pull it in and see how she looks. Okay, let's change to our nice background. Let's shrink her a little bit so we can see how she looks. And let's open up motion library. And what are we going to choose? I really like salsa the other day. That is great. Man, motion library is so much fun. I don't care if it's for amateurs. I'm having a blast with it. I don't know if I'll ever use it much for the style of animation that I've gotten most of my work from, because it's mostly corporate training videos. However, like if I wanted to put something on YouTube, this is just great. Go motion library. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun watching the rig of Mercy and got some good ideas on how to rig stuff, like rigging the wings like an arm so they still move. Oh, yeah, they don't move quite the same. Maybe you don't even have to make them like an arm to keep that behavior. But that's what I would do. And I'm certain if these weren't metal wings, like putting gravity on, like changing the gravity for each wing, you could get some startlingly nice effects, I bet. So yeah, I hope you guys found this one inspiring just like I did. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care. Bye.